Welcome folks to Clunkers and Classics, where we are restoring this 68 Chevelle Nomad wagon. And yes, it's a Nomad. If there's any non-believers out there, just Google 68 Nomad. Okay, last episode we got all this side done and jammed, painted. Okay, and it took so long, and it's still taking long. I've been working on it the last few days on this side here, and see, I took my DA with 80, but I still got a long ways to go. I won't go over too much of this because we already did that last video, but it's got to be stripped and primed and painted, and I got to take that seat out. Okay, so we're going to get that done this video, and a bunch more stuff. Last video I says we'll go over some of the prices of stuff that I just bought a whole bunch of stuff recently. So at the end of the video, which will be a while from now, after this car's done, I'll go over everything and how much everything cost. But if any of you want to know right now, in case you're buying some stuff, I'll go over some of the stuff I got, some I don't. Some of this is all ordered. Okay, the vent window rubber here. I don't know if there's a difference between a 2-door and 4-door. The ads keep saying for 2-door, and then I found one ad that said a 2-door coupe and 4-door sedan. So I don't know. All the other ads just said 2-door, so I ordered a set of 2-doors. How different can they be? If we have to cut them, we cut them. But yeah, it's too cracked up, and there's a big gap there. Anyway, it comes with this rubber and this one. $81.90. I talked about an aftermarket fuse block. I ordered one that takes 12 fuses, $20.91. An antenna lead-in cable, $25. And these prices all include tax and shipping and everything. $25.15 for the antenna. Oh, it's underneath the... You know, I got the antenna, the windshield with the antenna in it. It's the only one I could get. Apparently 7072 has the built-in antenna. So the little plug that goes over there, on a car that came with it, it's got a little adapter that you plug in up there on the cowl, and then the cable comes in through here for the radio. Well, this car didn't come with an antenna in the windshield, so it didn't have any of that. So I'll have to drill a hole, but I got the cable to adapt that windshield plug and then come into a stereo. Okay, it's called an antenna lead-in cable. The rubber bumper kit, these, I think I took them all off. These little bumpers here, you can buy them separate, but I ordered the whole kit for what is it here, $24.65, and it comes with these rubber bumpers here, the fender ones, and I think a couple little ones for the glove box, you know, stuff like that. Okay, and of course it only comes, it was a 2-door kit, so it only came with 4 of these stoppers. So of course I need 4 more for the rear doors. Okay, so they were $9.40 for just 4. Okay, the door handle kit, again, I only ordered for the 2-door. It comes with, I got them all off now, but if you remember the last video, has a little window winder here, little one, and of course the big one here, the regular window, and then the little pull deal for that. And then it comes with all the little springs and the little rubber grommet things that are plastic that go, all that stuff for both two front doors, $55.95. I was thinking about rounding up because the rear door, it only needs two. So here's one here and one here. So I need 4 of them. I may get new ones, but I got so many of these that I've taken off all the other cars. This, you know, the Nomad, the Chevelle. I got a box full of them. If I can find a couple of good used ones, I might steel wool them and put them on there. I need to look. If not, I'm going to order 2 of these and 2 of these. Okay, the speakers, last video, it sat in a little too far and this deal here was hitting. I found 2-inch spacers. So the speaker thing will stick out 2 inches farther, which is okay because now the window can roll down all the way. Okay, that was $13.64. The battery tray is $23, but with tax and everything it was $24.50. This new tray. Okay, now the window channel I kind of got screwed on. Now this just came today. This is the channel. Came in this little box here. You fold this and it goes in here like this, and that's what the glass slides on. Okay, and you got to kind of cut it. You got to cut it right up here in the corners. So you cut it there and put a strip down, and then a strip. Oh, I think the second strip can fit all the way down into here. Okay, now at the ad auction on it, all this stuff I bought off of eBay. Somebody asked if I order off Amazon. I don't. I haven't had the need to order anything off Amazon. eBay's always better. They always have, you know, this thing here, there's 20 people selling this stuff, so you can get the best deal. So this ad here said for sedan and wagon, big red letters in the auction. So that's great for a wagon. Was $45.13. So when I got it today, there's only enough to do 2 doors. So I emailed them, messaged them through eBay, and says, hey, you said it's for a wagon, and there's only enough for 2 doors. Oh well, you have to order another one for do the back doors. So anyway, I went to another auction and I sent a question to them to make sure that it was enough. They had them for $16, and I don't know if that was for a pair or for one. So I asked them a question: is this for 1 door or 2 doors? They haven't got back to me yet. Even if they're for 2 doors, that'd be great. It'd be $32 for 4. But even if it's for 1 door, that's $32 compared to $45. So I'll most likely return this. I'll message them back, said, hey, you should have put in there that it doesn't include everything for a wagon. Anyway, I may return that. Okay, the belt moldings, I think I told you about the belt moldings and the tailgate molding. Bought it from the same place, American company called Repop. That's these moldings here, inner and outer, the ones that attach to the door panel. So there's 8 of them all together. That was $183.32, and then the tailgate molding was $73.26. They're not coming till August. Okay, the speakers I showed you, they were $55.65. 100 feet of speaker cable was $16.75. These rear seat belts here, for 4 sets. So that's 1 set there. For 4 of them, it was $19.72. Okay, the weather stripping, it's still in the garage, and we're fixing to put that weather stripping on. I'll come back next segment. The weather stripping that goes on here, wraps all the way around for all 4 doors, was $126.73. The door panel material, which I'll show you later, I ordered it through eBay, It's enough diamond plaid material to do all 4 door panels. $56.99. Okay, so I think that's all I bought lately. I bought that Weatherstrip a while back. Well, let's go in the garage. Show it to you while I'm at it. That's the old door panel stuff there. The door panels, I'm probably going to make a separate video of making them, just so if anybody tunes in just for the door panels, they don't have to put up with all the other stuff, painting door jambs and all that. It'll be just all on making door panels. I think I'll probably title it Making Door Panels from Scratch, because we're going to get a big piece of plastic to replace this cardboard type stuff, and then glue the contact cement, the material, onto it, then drill all these holes. So I'll do that all separate video. Now here's all the weather stripping, and it's super soft. The rear door seal. Anyway, that's for all 4 doors. They recommend, I got some Weatherstrip adhesive. Usually you can put them on you don't have to use it very much of it. Just a little bit on the top, not where these go in, just on the top usually, so they don't fall off. Anyway, that's them. Here's the door panel material here. Big old roll of it. I don't want to unravel all of it. You see that? It looks like leather material. Okay, diamond shape. We'll show you that when we do the door panels, but that'll be coming up maybe next video. Showed you the new welder from Harbor Freight, 149 bucks. Oh, that's the old one. That's a new one there. Okay, I think that's all. I got some carpet for the back. It was for a closet. I've had it, I don't know where I got it from, Lowe's, I think. I got it for a closet in my place, but I just never used it. I just noticed it the other day, rolled up. If it fits in this back section here, I'm gonna bring it out here in a little while. If it fits in here, we're gonna cut it all up and glue it down here, because we got to cut out sections for the openings for the box down there, storage box. So if that fits, if there's enough of it, we'll probably do that this video, get that little job done. Then I'll figure out what I want to do with the metal panels up here, and then we still got to make the these panels here, but I got to get some actual rubber lines for the drain. Anyway, there's a bunch of little stuff we got to do. I'm trying to concentrate on the big stuff I can show you. I showed you this. This is where an emblem goes across here. It says Malibu, and you know, this is days before Bondo or whatever, and they lettered out the holes, and it's all wavy as hell. I'm going to spread some body filler across here and straighten that out, and later on I'll probably prime that this video, and then later on we'll paint it. Video coming up sooner or later. We're going to take out all this AC ductwork, heater core crap, pull it all out, clean it all up, reseal it, new heater core, all that stuff, and put it back. And I'll probably end up scratching this paint, so I'll probably wait till all that's done, and then paint this outside here. The fuse block is going to mount up in here somewhere where I can have easy access. You know, I don't know if I want to put it on the outside or have it kind of hidden. Anyway, it'll probably be under here somewhere. And what they're for, go over it again. We're gonna have separate fuses and a power supply. Go to the power seat, power sunroof. What else was there? Power seat, sunroof, radio. Because it'll be a aftermarket stereo sitting here in a console that I'm probably gonna make. And then later on, I'll probably put some like backup electric fans for the radiator. That'll be wired in there. Any little stuff like that, whether it be like, I doubt I'll have an alarm system, but anything like that, any aftermarket electrical stuff, we're going to, you know, whatever it is, not LED lights, the, you know, special lights, LED, whatever. Any extra lights, stuff like that, be all wired up into this separate fuse block. There's enough for 12 items on there, so I wanted more than enough. And I suggest everybody do that. Don't overload your factory thing with a million wires in there and burn it up. Get a little fuse block. You can get them for as cheap as like 10 bucks for like a little 6 thing. I got a 12 one for whatever I said it was, 20 bucks. Okay, I think that's all I'll go over with. I wanted to put this window channel on for you guys, show you that. But anyway, I'll come back. I'll gotta wait for that other eBayer send me a question back. Whether I want to order from them and send this back, I don't know. Whatever the case is, we'll put on the window channel if I use that one, and then the weather stripping that goes in here. This is where you want to put a little weather strip adhesive right in there, and then it clips in these. So we'll put them on this side, see what it looks like, and then later on when I paint the other side, we can do it to that too. Oh, what else I've been doing that is I never did finish painting underneath here. I'm not completely done with it. I used a little can. I buy a little 6-pack can of Pour 15. But I went under here and did some little tacks. It's welded really good on top, everywhere, the floors, when I did the floors. But I just tacked it along the bottom here, and then spread some Pour 15. I was up till like 1, 2 in the morning last night with a floodlight. Just one little can. You see I didn't have enough to do underneath there, but I did up here and here. But eventually, and I didn't do the very, very back. Eventually I'll do all the back and up here. Okay, and then up in these corners here and stuff. But anyway, it was getting surface rust on it. I didn't think it would, but I don't know how water got, but it was starting to rust. So I figured, well, I scuffed it, sanded it down there, and painted it Pour 15. And it doesn't get any worse. And then all inside the frame there, you see along. I kind of did the outside of the frame here, but and then the bottom of this rocker, sanded that down, but I just got up to there. I still got, well, anyway, about halfway done under here doing that. So I'll be doing that in between sanding the other door jambs. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to go over at the moment. Okay, so I'll be back when I get some more stuff going. Little guy's learning to hunt. Get a big old grasshopper. Where's your grasshopper? Did you get a grasshopper? Okay guys, I'm just sanding these door jambs. That's going to take a long time. Okay, I was out here till about 1 in the morning. Stripped this part of the roof, this is just stuff from the rust neutralizer. You can see the rust is just embedded in the metal. So I sprayed some of that rust neutralizer on it. I'll sand it and do it again later. I don't like to use that liquid stripper because it's not as potent as it used to be, and it's more expensive. So you're getting, it's just a rip off and it's messy. So if it's tough like this stuff, even though this is factory red, it's just not coming off with a DA 80 grit. So I use my grinding disc on it and grind it down, and then go over it with the 80. It's a lot faster. These are I like these flexible discs here. I don't know what that is, 36 grit, 24 grit, and then of course my sander with 80 on it. Okay, so I got part of that done. I think we'll get the rest of it done. The primer did come in. It went up to about $124 shipped. Okay, I got the weather stripping on these two doors here. It lined up perfectly. All the little plastic clips go from here all the way around to here. They clipped all in, lined up perfect. Okay, and then these just push in. You push in the back, and then you just use like a putty knife and push this edge in. Now they seem pretty tight. I don't think I'll have to use any adhesive on it, but sometimes, I don't know, if you get cheap ones or whatever, it'll just be too loose. But this seems pretty tight on there. Okay, so what you want to do is I'm not doing it yet because I like this paint to dry for a long time. It's getting all dusty from, it's dry, but so what you want to do is once I'd let the paint dry for another few days or so, close it up as far as it goes, not the first latch, all the way. Slam it closed and let it sit like that for a while so that rubber conforms to the door jamb. Okay, and then it'll be easier to open and close. But make sure it opens and closes good before you put it on. Make sure you're not binding up, and then put it on and slam it. And this is where you run into problems if you'd taken this door off to paint and you put it back on. Any little alignment is going to be against this rubber, and it's just going to make your door tough you're going to have to just slam it every time you close it. So anyway, these since they weren't taken off, lined up good, so there's no problems there. Here's you can see the welds here where I welded underneath of it, all in there. That's why I was waiting to paint this. Okay, I have to clean it all up, and got some little pinholes there I'll weld up. Anyway, I'll be taking this seat out, cleaning all this up, painting all this when I paint the door jambs on the other side. Okay, so that's what I got done so far. Probably tonight I'll finish stripping that roof when it's nice and cool out, because I got my light right there that will light the top up. This side's light up, but the other side can't, so I gotta sand them doors during the day, and then the rest of it there at night, whatever lights up. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the roof all ready to prime. It's all stripped down the bare metal. That's how the whole car will be eventually. Okay, I ran out of that. I thought I had another can of that rust neutralizer. I went to Lowe's yesterday and they either didn't have any, or they keep changing damn place. Every couple of months they change everything around, switch everything on different shelves. You can never find anything there. You know, I used to buy my flux core welding wire there, and I mean, they changed the place 3 times. I'd have to go hunt around for one of them employees that don't have their finger up their ass and where's the welding wire? So now I buy the welding wire at Harbor Freight. I didn't even know they sold it, but so the same thing with this last couple of times, you know, hunting down an employee, and where's the rust neutralizer? And they look it up. Well, we got this dissolver, and I said, no, I need the neutralizer. So anyway, I gotta go somewhere else. I don't know if Walmart has it. I think they do. I remember another place had it, but I don't like going to Walmart in the middle of the day. There's too many people there. So anyway, I want to spray some more rust neutralizer on this here, so I don't have to worry about it coming back up. Okay, this lead, they just got a ton of it here, and there's some cracks. I'm not sure whether I can put a little JB weld in there, then prime it. This part here is pretty bad here. So anyway, that's why I'm not priming it right now. The door jambs are just about ready to paint, or prime and paint. But I got this little section here. I got to weld in a little channel, little 3-piece, 1, 2, 3, right in here. But it's probably best to take this window out, this vent window out. I got new rubber coming in a few days. I might wait till the rubber's in. Okay, as you can see, the weld's better here. I'm getting this floor ready to paint black when I paint that door jamb. See the welds they did from underneath. They probably got more to come underneath there. Okay, I got that little antenna adapter. It was actually AC Delco. Okay, and it mounts up in here. It's actually supposed to mount the other way, but I drilled a hole up here, but it was too far up. I couldn't get my fingers in there to push that thing through. Okay, so the little deal that comes from the windshield plugs into the back of this, and then this just plugs into your stereo. Okay, stereo, you know, whether it's here factory or I'm gonna put it in the console so it'll fit. So anyway, that's in there. Here's the carpet I bought, oh, probably 4 years ago for my closet, and I never did use it. It's a 6x8 sheet. I think it's 6x8. It's kind of ribbed. I'd rather have flat, but it is enough to do this whole back, from the back seat all the way back. So I may do that. Did get some contact cement at Lowe's. That went up. I think it was 12 bucks last time I bought it. Now it's 16. Everything's going through the roof. This channel rubber, I was going to put that in, but I'll wait for the vent window rubbers. I can do this back window here and show you how it goes in. I mean, it's pretty simple. You just got to cut it, though. You got to cut it where it right here. So you there, cut one piece down across, stick it in there, probably put a little Weatherstrip adhesive right on the corner so it doesn't slide down. And you got to slide it in there, and if it doesn't slide in very easily, you can use some WD-40 on the end of this and slide it up in there. Just don't put any WD-40 where you're going to put Weatherstrip adhesive. Okay, so yeah, that's the going rate for this. For about 45 bucks is the cheapest for 2 doors. So this is going to cost you 90 bucks for a 4-door. This stuff. So I ordered, just ordered 2 more for 2 more doors. Okay, so that's the plan so far, is to prime the roof, prime and paint the door jamb after I weld that spot up, glue in this, paint the floor. So anyway, I'll be back when I get some more accomplished. Okay guys, I went up to Walmart, got some, that's what I use here. We're gonna spray it all on this all on them little rust pit looking things there. They're not really pitted, it's just stained. And I just take the primer over it, you know. It's mostly all in the middle. Okay, you see it's kind of turning black. Okay, we're just gonna let that bake on there, and I'll come back in a little while and prime it. I put a little bit windy out today. And of course I sprayed some in here earlier, the rest of them I can, but I think there's some under here. Yeah, this driver's side's real clean. Let's do it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys. I got the roof primed. Hang on, let me turn off the radio. Okay. I put a little JB weld on those cracks I showed you earlier on these corners, and just kind of scuffed them down. And they'll have to, well, the whole roof will have to be, it's not ready to paint. It has to be sanded down, reprimed before it's ready to paint. But I was sick of looking at all that just crappy paint that was on there and all that rust. So yeah, it took a while to strip all that down, but I got it. It's all primed. Got some lead in here too. All that'll have to be primed, sanded, primed again. Okay, I put a little primer on these door jambs. You probably can't see them. But I still got to cut the speaker holes for them and weld up this area here before I can paint them. So I can't finish them off. I can't finish all the doors off until I get this seal for the vent windows, because I got to take that out, same on the other side, and put in the seal and clean all that up. And then I put in that channel run here. See, I can't put that channel run in until this is out and sealed up and put back together. I mean, I could, but then I'd take it all off again, and I may have to put some sealant in here to glue it. So in the next few days, all that stuff I was telling you should be in, except for this stuff here is coming in August. But the other window channel runs, this seal here, the little door stoppers, bumper stopper kits. Geez, I forgot what else. But a bunch of other little stuff so I can finish off them doors. Okay, so I think I'll end this video now. It's actually been quite a while. It's been about 5 days working on this thing. It's just so, it's mainly sanding them damn door jambs. Oh, I'm gonna paint the floor too. So I'll paint those other 2 door jambs, the floor. I was thinking what else was coming, something for the dash. I'll do that next video, but not too much of it on camera like this one. And then I think I'll put in that carpet in the back, but I kind of want that more of a focus on a video other than just, you know, 5 minutes at the end type thing. I went to Home Depot, or Lowe's. We only got a Lowe's around here. And I looked for a big piece of plastic I could make them door panels from, but I couldn't find anything. The only thing I found was these plastic panels for lights. You know, I guess like fluorescent light covers or something. And they weren't going to work. They're too brittle. I need some hard but flexible plastic, like Lexan, but really thin. A lot thinner than Lexan windshield type stuff. Unless I just missed it. I didn't ask anybody there, but I walked up and down the aisles. But I didn't have my truck with me because it doesn't have AC in it. My black truck doesn't. My white one does, but the trailer's hooked up to it. So I didn't spend a lot of time in there. I was looking for other stuff. So I'm going to go there tomorrow morning with the truck in the morning and see if I can pick up a sheet or a couple of small sheets of that plastic. If I can find it, we'll do them door panels next video. That'll be the main focus. I make all 4 door panels and put, you know, glue that material on there. I got the contact cement, stuff like that. I'm all ready to go. I just need some type of plastic. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but I'll know it if I see it. Okay, that should be the focus of next video. We also got the dash to recover. I'll make that a separate video. We just got these plastic interior pieces. I'm probably going to wait until I get the carpet in, which is after the floor's painted and all that stuff. Check for leaks and everything. And I think once I get all that in, I'm going to mess with all this plastic stuff here and try to get that trim. In between that and the Explorer pieces, I'll make some trim. There's pieces here already painted. Okay, yeah, that's the new carpet for it right there. Material for the door panels. Yeah, these are the rear door ones I made for that Nova. They're actually out of a Chevelle coupe Malibu, and I had them all ready for the Nova, and I decided not to. We're gonna put them on the rear. So we got the, am I even showing? Did I even show it? I might not have the camera. These armrest ashtray things, they're all ready to go for the back. Got them. Then the front ones here, I'll have to paint. Okay, so we got all that coming up, guys. It's just a million, like I always say at the end of every video, it's just so much work to go, but it's getting there, and it's not going to get there unless you work on it. You know, I tried and tried to sit there and just stare at it and see if it would fix itself, but it's not going to. So you got to spend a few hours every day. So hot out, I spent a few hours in the morning before the heat of the day, and then like right now, I'm gonna be doing some other stuff here now. I might get out a floodlight and try to do them speaker holes. Okay, so yeah, then like I said before, we're gonna take this front end apart. And so I don't like to take a whole car apart. A lot of people do. You'll see I've bought projects like that, like the Chevelle there. They'll get a car in like this, and they'll just tear every nut and bolt off of it, tear the whole thing down, and then it just sits and sits and sits. I might do a little bit of work to it, but it'll sit there for years. I belong to a lot of Facebook group things there, and there's always them type of cars for sale. Been sitting 20 years in my garage. I ripped it all apart and lost interest, or you know, when they say life gets in the way, kids and all that. So that's not what I'm going to do to this. That's why I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done before I tear this front end apart. I don't want it all scattered in pieces here sitting around for a long time. So we're going to try to get like most of the interior done, and then we'll take the front end off and get working on it right away, and take all this stuff off and start on the suspension and all that. Okay, so yeah, I changed the tires back over from the Power Tour. Well, that's probably can't see. I put these rally rims. Yeah, you probably can't see. I put the rally rims on the Disco Nova for the Hot Rod Power Tour since they were new, and I just put them back on the Chevelle. See, the Chevelle was supposed to be the more of a daily driver than any of, well, the purple Le Mans and the Chevelle is going to drive most of the time. But anyway, the disco wheels are back on it. I'm not seeing nothing in the camera. Y'all might not be able to see that. Yeah, I had some comments. Yeah, the Chevy rally rims look nice on the Nova, but all these trees over here on my property, none of them grow money, guys. Can't afford to buy new rims and tires for every car I got. Okay, that's why I kind of switched them back and forth there to there's nothing really wrong with these tires that are on the Nova, Disco Nova, but I didn't want to take a chance of them blowing out. They had a little bit of a weather cracking on them. I had a clip from last night showing, I didn't put it in. I was out here working, and a possum come over to the food bowl and was sitting there eating, and I yelled the puppy, and puppy went up and grabbed it, and they played dead. So it wasn't dead, but she grabbed it and shook it a little bit, and then it just laid there playing dead, and cats didn't seem to be fazed by it, and the possum wasn't trying to get at the kittens or nothing. So anyway, I dumped it over in the corner of the property back there, and it was gone this morning, so it got up and left. Well, I didn't want to put that on there because it looks like a dead possum, but he was all right. Okay, so I didn't put that in. These little troublemakers here, they get running around at night. Okay, well, subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment, share, all that stuff. If you want to support the channel, you can buy a bumper sticker for $5. I got everything in description. I got a P.O. box. If you want to send anything, thanks again for those couple of guys that sent cat food. If you want to send anything like that, it's in the description, the P.O. box, and same with the bumper stickers. Just if you want to buy one through PayPal at clunkersandclassics at gmail.com. Okay, I guess that's it. So we'll see you next video. We're just getting a little bit at a time done, guys. Baby steps, but it's coming along. We'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching. Okay, had a bunch of questions on the engine. I've mentioned the engine, what I most like. Oh, I got the battery tray cover in, $23. That just came in today. That's replaces that. I'm not quite sure on engines yet, what I'm going to use. Could be an LS if I can find a Suburban, Tahoe, Escalade or something that's wrecked or something. Use the engine out of that, but I'm not buying one separate, unknown from a junkyard. And it's a lot of work. It's, you know, everybody's doing it, but it's most of them have spent way more than they thought they would. Okay, engine wise, I have a 350 here. Well, I got the LT1 that was sitting in the 72 Nova when I bought it. Okay, and this is out of about a 94 Camaro Z28, but it's just sitting in there. It's not, it wasn't hooked up, you couldn't test it, nothing like that. Okay, and it's the OptiSpark, so it's got the distributor on the bottom, which is a bad design. It's just as much work to put this in as an LS. You know, your electric fuel pumps, your, you know, just harness, and it's got the factory harness on it, but it's a lot of work to put in. All I know, I turned over the harmonic balancer. It does turn over. Okay, that's all I know. Does it need rebuilt? I don't know. How many miles on it? I don't know. It's just unknown, and I don't like putting in engines like that. It's way too much work to find out you got a dud. Then you got to take it apart, and then you got the electronic transmission with it too. Okay, so I got an '89 Chevy van given to me. The guy says it ran when parked. He parked it 10 years ago. He gave it to me for free, so he had no reason to lie. I didn't ask him too many questions on it. Maybe I should have. Has 98,000 miles on it, on the odometer. Okay, I had my helper at the time. We started it. It's throttle body. Poured some gas in it, hot wired it, type of thing. Got it running for a couple of minutes. And it seemed to run good. Started right up after 10 years. Okay, so I pulled it over here, and I sold the transmission. I probably shouldn't have. Okay, I got it covered up real good, guys. We started stripping it down. It's not, I don't think it's the Vortec. It's before the Vortec. And of course, not an LS. But it's the type you can take off the throttle body intake, put on a regular intake. This is off a Corvette that I had. It was getting rusty sitting here. Probably won't use it now. So it's the type of engine that you can put an intake and a 4-barrel on it, and it'll run. No computer, no nothing. Okay, it's got more electronics on it, like I think it has the cam and crank sensor and stuff, but none of that has to be hooked up. You put a carburetor on it and it'll run. Fire the distributor, I believe. So that's an option, but I only had it running for a minute or two. Does it overheat? I don't know. It sounded great when it first started up. It's an option, but it's a 350. Might be a bit of a gas hog. And then a bunch of questions about all these F-body Camaros and Firebirds I got. No, they don't have any good engines in them, guys, and they're mostly V6s. This Z28 here is just a roller. A guy who works at a junkyard actually gave me this, traded me that for 2 doors off this Firebird. So there's no engine transmission in it. This Firebird here's got a 3.4, the old V6. It's supposedly seized up. Spark plugs were out of it, and I was told it was seized up. I took this in trade. I had a little, I don't know what it was, Toyota something that didn't run, Celica or something, and a guy traded me this Firebird for the Celica. Okay, roller. This Camaro here had a great V6 automatic, but that's in my Firebird. I bought my 2000 Firebird with a knocking engine in it, and I used this engine transmission out of this car for that one. Okay, and it purrs like a kitten. Just a V6. This Firebird here, unknown, has the engine transmission. It's a 3.8 V6. I think it's a 97. But again, spark plugs were out. Somebody tinkered with it. I didn't even try to get it running. It turns over, but it's not worth doing a V6. Update on the kitties that were here. So I've been feeding them. I think it's Exeter's canned food. They were missing one by one. There was just one hanging out here, but Mama moved them. Mama, they're over here somewhere, underneath this car, living under here. And I give some food, a little bowl of food there from what's his name, Ray Balto or whatever. So I've been putting out food for them. There's, I seen at least 3 the other day. There could be all 4 of them there, although one extra one is over by the house. Okay, and if you're wondering about the name Clunkers and Classics, these are the clunkers. This is the clunker part of the name. This is the van that 350 came out of. And the guy just parked it at his house, and then he actually moved, sold the house and moved 3 hours away. Just called me up and said, hey, you can go get that van. He says, I just sold the house. You can have it for free. So I went and got it for free. Okay, I had a good 350 in this one, Tahoe, but I sold it. And that van had a good, that one, yeah, that one was missing a transmission. I sold that engine. Yeah, I sold that engine, kept this one. So that's the only option I got right now, guys, is that one 350 that I can convert to a 4-barrel instead of throttle body pretty easily. If anything, I can use it as a mock-up. But what I really want is a good transmission. These are the clunkers. If you hadn't seen them yet. Lots of Jeeps. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any other good V8s. Will I come across any more? I might. Scrap prices went from $250 a ton a few months ago. I scrapped 48 cars. Now it's down to about 100. So it might be a good time for me to put out an ad to buy more cars. And I might come across, I had that one Suburban, if some of you might remember way back a few months ago. I bought a Suburban and had a well, it ran like a good 350, but apparently I had internal problems, so I didn't want to mess with that one. And that was I forget what year it was. It was right before the Vortec 2. There's a little Vortec V6. It's a Jeep I took the sunroof out of for the Nomad. Okay, so I just figured I'd give you guys an update and give you the little rundown on the engine situation. I don't have any good V8s. So the options are still out there, whether I want to buy a remanufactured, rebuilt one from AutoZone, which I still might, with the 4-year warranty. Unlimited mileage, 4-year warranty, that'd work out perfect for this. But the prices range from $1,800 up to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for 350. For $1,800, all they say is a small block replacement, 307, 283, 327 type engine. They don't specify exactly what it is. It'd be nice if I get a nice 327, but chances are I'll just get a 307 low horsepower type thing for it. Okay, so but that's probably the way I'll go for now, and then later on build it up more of a race car, put in a bigger engine and that stuff now. But for now, I wanted to for gas mileage, you know, when on that power tour with that Nova, I want something that gets decent gas mileage. You know, there's a guy on there with a big block 396. He averaged 8 miles to the gallon on the power tour. I spent $1,500 in gas, and I spent $377 in gas. So I can't be spending $1,500 in gas for a big block every trip. You know, if I go on 4 or 5 trips, 3, 4, 5 trips a year, that's friggin', you know, $10,000 a year in gas. I'm not spending it. So I want to get something that gets at least 20 miles to the gallon, or close to it, 18 maybe. So a little small block V8 would work good. That big van 350, that's going to use a lot more. There's just a big difference between a small and a bigger. Okay, and then the big block is just out of the question. We're not getting it'd be nice to put like a big 427 or something in there, but I'm not doing it. You get an LS motor. Like I got 2 LS motors in my truck. I got a 6.0 in this truck. Runs great. Shitty gas mileage, but I think the O2 sensors are bad. It gets about 10 miles to the gallon. Now my 99 Silverado over there, it's got a 5.3. And that thing gets about 20 miles to the gallon in a 6,000 pound truck, and plenty of power. It's the 5.3, it's the 323 cubic inch, just like the old 327. Sure, a lot of you guys know 5.3, but that thing has got power out the ass. I was surprised when I first got the truck. I couldn't believe it. I hit the freeway ramp and floored it and was like a friggin' rocket ship. I couldn't believe how much power that thing puts out. So if anything, I'll go with a 5.3. That'll get 20 miles to the gallon. That'd be perfect for this. Okay, now I probably rambled on too much, mainly because I'm not going to show too much of this jam painting. We already did that last video. So anyway, let me get going on some of this work and I'll be back.